Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of us trying fair olive shades in foundation, concealer, whatever, because we are in the era of embracing our skin tone, not using things that are not made for us, and finding things that are. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today, is try another foundation that's in a fair olive skin tone. Fair olive skin tones specifically are not that easy to find, I have been finding, but also I feel like they're increasingly getting easier. So that's obviously a good thing, but for now, we don't have a ton to choose from if you are a fair olive skin toned gal, person, like I am. So last time we tried the About Face foundation, which if you've seen that and seen any videos since that, you know that I love that foundation. I highly recommend that foundation. It's only $22, so it's a very like reasonably priced foundation. It's really pretty. Right now it's like even a little bit deep for me because I'm in my palest of pale, which hopefully will be changing soon because the weather is finally starting to warm up here. But the undertone is really nice, and it is the closest foundation I definitely have right now to my actual skin tone. But this time we are trying the Smashbox Always On foundation. So I've had this probably at this point for months, and I've just been waiting to try it with you guys. So this one's obviously a more prestige foundation. I don't remember the price, I'll look it up and put it on the screen. But definitely probably more, or maybe even double, or more than double, I don't remember, than the About Face foundation. So we're gonna try this foundation today, and it came like this. I already kind of showed it in a different video, but it came all smashed up from Ulta, which one of you guys commented and it literally made my day. Someone said something about like, am I the only one that noticed that like the Smashbox foundation came in a smashed box? I laughed out loud when I read that. But my Ulta doesn't actually carry all of the shades of this foundation. I think we only have like the, maybe like the neutral and the cool shades or something like that in store. So if you were looking at the like the display, you wouldn't even know that they carry other shades, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe just trying to save on space, didn't have enough space for all the shades, but online they do have other shades. So I had to order this online, and even the glass is chipped, but it's not like leaking or anything, so I just kept it instead of returning it. But this is shade F10O, so we're gonna try that one, see if it lives up to the About Face foundation, and if it's really worth that heftier price. So this is the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation with hyaluronic acid and adaptogens. It says 16-hour color true wear, meaning that it's not gonna like oxidize or anything. Need more hydration or oil control? This primer infused foundation helps balance skin while delivering buildable radiant coverage with 16-hour wear, which all sound really amazing because I have definitely dry skin in areas, and then throughout the day I get like very oily, and I kind of feel like my skin is very not balanced right now. So that sounds really nice. And then buildable radiant coverage. I love like a radiant finish. I do not like a matte finish, so this actually sounds really nice. Again, has hyaluronic acid, adaptogens, I'm not sure what that is, I'll have to look that up. Medium to full coverage with radiant finish. Complexion looks natural and even. Transfer, fade, and crease resistant. Won't cake, flake, or streak. And dermatologist tested to use. Just says shake well before application. Build and blend liquid foundation as needed. Okay. So we're gonna shake her up. Looks like it was already used, but I don't know if, did I do that? Did I put it on my, I maybe put it on the back of my hand. To look at the shade, but I definitely haven't used this yet. But normal skincare on, really just a moisturizer. I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, and use the brush I've been using almost every day. It's the It Cosmetics, I think it's like number 7 brush. Ooh. I'm drooling apparently. This is actually really nice because I usually go for more of like a light coverage, light to medium coverage foundation. This one's more medium to full, but I am like breaking out around my, or I guess kind of getting past a breakout on my chin, so it'd be kind of nice to have more coverage today. So far, so good. This is also risky because I'm about to go to work and have to wear this for, you know, 8 hours or whatever. So if it looks really bad, there's no turning back. And I'll definitely do a wear test too. Like I said, I get oily throughout the day, so we'll kind of see how that, if it's like gets controlled at all or balanced at all like it says. And just how it wears. So far, looks actually very, very beautiful on the skin. I don't see a ton of radiance. It looks like, right now, it looks a little bit more matte. But I feel like as I get oily throughout the day, like it might have this really pretty kind of sheen to it or luminosity to it, but it doesn't look flat matte, but it definitely like isn't like this shiny dewy finish. But it is pretty. So that is the coverage. I'm just a natural light, so obviously covered all my redness. Did really well at covering my breakout there. And the shade is actually very, very nice. Like super, super close. And I feel like it's almost a little bit more fair than the About Face one, because that one, as I just keep getting paler and paler, I have needed to bring down my neck because I felt like I was, my face was definitely deeper than my neck. But this is like pretty perfect, honestly. It's very, very fair. In the summertime, definitely gonna need to go up a shade. I guess I didn't check if they have like how many olive shades they have. Like I don't know if they have a olive shade for each like depth of skin tone. But I also feel like once I get tanner, I just like, I know a lot of people feel this way, that you just go for like less coverage, and so you're using products that like you don't necessarily need to match perfectly, because like skin tints and tinted sunscreens and stuff like that, where one kind of works for like a range of skin tones. So I just did whatever was left over on the back of my hand on this side, so a lot like of a lighter layer. So it does like sheer out to be really nice too. And then I'm gonna do a little more. So it claims to be buildable too. Unless it oxidizes, which it claims it doesn't. I don't feel like I need to like bring it down my neck or anything. I feel like it's nice and fair, matching my very, very fair neck. I feel like Smashbox stuff is definitely one of those brands that has kind of, I don't know, they just haven't really been a brand that like I just hear a lot about lately. But I feel like I've always really liked them. The first foundation I ever, like prestige foundation I ever wore was Smashbox, which I think we discovered that they don't make that anymore. But that was my first ever foundation, like more nice prestige foundation. I feel like they make a very like high quality, like for makeup artists products. Okay, So that's a foundation. I definitely look like flat, like it is that more fuller coverage foundation. It's to me a little bit more matte, but it does have like a, like when you move you can see it like kind of shines. It's not like it's flat matte or anything like that. So we'll see how it wears, but so far so good, and I do really like the shade. So we'll see. I'll have to check in after work tonight and see how it wore. But I am gonna, of course, finish off my makeup and use my like usual products, of course, because I'm trying a new foundation, so I don't want to like try anything new really other than the foundation. So NARS cream bronzer. I'm not gonna do any concealer because for one I feel like I don't like have one that I'm in love with right now anyway. I feel like my Tarte Shape Tape, like the creamy one, I really like the creamy concealer from them, but I have it in like light neutral and I feel like it's a little dark right now and it's not really my shade. I really don't feel like I need more coverage. Like I would maybe just do it just to like brighten up the under eyes a little bit, but I mean, as far as coverage, I don't feel like I need anything more than this foundation. I think I'm gonna do this Ilia. It's like a multi-use pigment. The shade is Before Today. I just like this color. Use it as a blush. Plus it smells so good. I don't even know what, like it smells like candy or something. I like that it's like super pigmented. And I use my foundation brush and just blend out the edges a little bit. So everything kind of blends together. I don't really feel like I need powder. Like I'll do it on my like lids because I'm creasing. I always crease there. I've said before, like the whole creasing thing doesn't really bother me. Like I mean, I'm putting a liquid or cream product on skin that moves and creases, and you know, I feel like it's inevitable that things are gonna crease. I mean, especially around my eyes. I feel like obviously excessive creasing is kind of an issue, but wow, I just literally spilled my powder all over the place. I don't know even how I did that. I'm just gonna take a little puff, and because I already feel kind of like more matte, I'm not gonna do powder anywhere else. Plus I want to see how it kind of balances my oils like it says it's going to. Just around the eyes, on the lids. A little bit of brow gel. I'm still trying to use up the Charlotte Tilbury clear brow gel. It does like leave a little bit of residue, I feel like. So I take my finger and go over it. I think I might do just one shade in this Ilia palette, the Cool Nude palette, and just do like the little purpley shimmer shade. I haven't worn like actual powder eyeshadow in so long, but I've been kind of trying to do more purple tones. Like I got like a plummy eyeliner actually from About Face as well. This one's in Devil's Diary, it's called. Because I feel like with my more hazel eyes, it'll be pretty. I recently just bought this Shiseido eyelash curler because like I feel like everyone kept like talking about it. I kept hearing about it, and people would come into Ulta all the time and ask for it. I don't really know like what, I don't know if I get the hype. I really like the Tarte eyelash curler, and that one, like, I don't know how to explain it. When you press it and it has more of like a bounce to it. Like this one's so like hard. Like I feel like, I don't know. it curls them. I guess maybe, like, I don't know if an eyelash curler is honestly like capable of blowing me away, so I don't know if that's like a thing that's actually gonna ever make me that excited. So got a little mini fan fest. My big one is pretty much like dried out now. I think it's also time for another makeup declutter, like so bad, especially now too, having foundations that I feel like match me a little bit better. And I probably got some expired foundations. It's just crazy how fast time goes, and you're like, that's like a year old, like, or more. Like, where did the time go? I feel like it is so much harder to use like a little mini and get in there. Another thing I recently got is this lip liner. So I'm almost out of my like Pillow Talk lip liner. It's literally like a little nub at this point. So I kind of want to try another, like a different one. Maybe it's just because I work at Ulta and maybe they just don't have as big of a selection, but it was really hard to find a lip liner, I feel like, and a shade that I really liked. But this is Rush in the Urban Decay lip pencil. I love these eyeliners, so I figured I would try the lip liner version, and so far so good. I've only really tried it like once or twice, but really pretty. I love this color, so I think it'll be pretty with this eyeshadow too. Such a pretty shade. And with this lip liner, I also got the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment, but this is in like the cocoa cream color. It's so pretty. And I bought them at the same time and then realized that they are like the perfect match. So, and I've really been liking this. I mean, I would say that I think I like this better than like my Summer Fridays one even. Like, it's a little thicker. It's so like comfortable and smooth on the lips. It's not sticky at all. And the Summer Fridays one isn't sticky at all either, but I don't know, something about this and how it feels on the lips. It's so nice. I feel like it's nice and hydrating too, and smells really good too. So I don't know, kind of like a impulse purchase, but really like that. But I think that's where I'm gonna stop. That's the look for today. But we're gonna wear this. I'm gonna head to work here soon, and I'll just check in tonight and see how this wore. I mean, it's really pretty. It looks like I set it with powder like throughout. It's almost like self-setting, I feel like. The color I feel like is just about perfect. It's a little bit more coverage than I wear every day, so I feel like this would be a really good like days that I like want more coverage or have like a wedding to go to or something more fancy or something like that. I feel like it's a good foundation for that. Like it's really pretty on the skin. So we will see, and I'll see you guys in like 8-9 hours. Hello, it is about like I think 9 hours later since I filmed that video and first put on this foundation. I just turned on like the light to my mirror just so that there's a little bit better lighting so you could maybe see what I'm talking about. But I would say this did not wear well. I feel like from far away it's okay, but up close it started like breaking up and rubbing off, making my skin look really dry, which I realized, like, especially around my mouth, I am a little bit more dry, but not this dry. It looks like dead skin almost. And I would say this is, you know, this happens when you maybe don't like exfoliate. Like, obviously the way that your makeup sits has a lot to do with your skincare routine, but I have a skincare routine. I exfoliate. This doesn't happen with other foundations, so I feel like I kind of know that it's the foundation in this case. I feel like I probably could try it in different ways, maybe. Maybe try it with like a primer or even more hydration, some kind of like maybe a heavier moisturizer, but up close I feel like it looks so bad. that I don't even know if that's worth it. Like I might just try to return it, especially for like the price and being like a higher end foundation. I don't even know if it's worth like trying to fix it, I guess, and worth the time of trying to like work with it and do other things to make it look good. But yeah, I'll try to get up close and personal and maybe it will show. Can you see? Like right here it pretty much rubbed off, and I did not like, I don't touch my face often or anything like overly, and it just started like really breaking up around my nose. Looks like pretty bad. I had to kind of like at work I was kind of like doing this, like trying to kind of blend it out because it was like bunching in there, and it like shows every pore, and even right here it like went into my pores and is very, made them like more visible. I would say, I guess the only thing is like I'm maybe not as shiny as I usually am when I'm done with work. Like I do think it kind of kept my oils at bay, like it said that it would maybe do, like balancing and stuff. But yeah, this does not look good at all. I was like, no one look at me. I would say the shade is nice. It looked really pretty at first, but I would say it does not wear well at all. And maybe it's just my skin just doesn't like it, and it could definitely work for someone else, but as far as me trying it, it was a no for me, I feel like. So let me know if you've ever tried this foundation, and if you like it, or if you had the same experience that I did and don't like it. I'm glad I was finally able to try this foundation and see how it was, even though it wasn't as much as of a success as the About Face one, but we'll just keep trying new things, finding the good ones. So I know in my last video you guys already gave me some good recommendations of like Fair Olive shades and other brands. I'll definitely have to try a few of those, but otherwise if you have any other recommendations of Fair Olive skin tones and foundations, concealers that you know of that you want me to try, definitely leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next time for another new video. Bye!